Okay, this is the story of my $90 Stratocaster. And was it worth it to actually spend any money to try to modify this thing? But before we get to anything else, let's rip it apart. What does it sound like to snip the strings on an amplified Stratocaster? Here we go. That's it. That's the end of it. All right. So let's get down to business here. So this was a neck that I got off of eBay, and I had been bidding on cheaper versions or used necks, and had really actually wanted an American Stratocaster, big headstock. I thought it'd be really cool, but they were going for crazy money, like $1,000, $600, $700. Not going to spend $700 on a $90 guitar. So I ended up being outbid many times on eBay. I just couldn't seem to win the bid. So finally I saw this one. It's, buy it now feature for $240. That was a lot. That's a lot of cash to spend on something that you're not sure if it's actually going to work. So it was a risk, but this was kind of cool because it was 22 frets. I thought that was pretty cool. I'm still on. 22 frets, kind of elongated, but I wasn't sure how it was going to fit into this thing. And anyway, before I get too much into it, let's keep just deconstructing this guitar. All right, let me... So, I did the work that I needed to do on it, and it looked like it was machined well. It looked like it was actually... Somebody cared about this neck. Somebody put some time into it. There were no dents. It was in perfect shape. Anyway, before I got the new neck, I was trying to save this thing and try to make it sound better, and I just couldn't find any way to do it. So my son and I took it apart. We took off this plate and said, actually, I'd never done this before. I want to see what's under here anyway. It's kind of a pain in the ass that when you're restringing it, you have to put the strings through. I always found that to be a pain in the ass. And then, of course, there were the springs for the tremolo. But every time you use a tremolo, it would go out of tune. Anyway, so I got frustrated with this. These screws were out almost over ½ an inch. I ended up just using a screwdriver and just driving them in here as far as I could go. And I ended up just driving them in. I'm sure that doesn't help with the resonance and the tone of the guitar. I'm sure I'll get lots of comments about that. It's a huge no-no. But when your guitar is a piece of crap, you do what you have to do to keep it in tune. And that worked. So if your guitar is going out of tune, if your Squier is going out of tune and you can't stand it, it's driving you nuts, open up the back, drive those screws in there, and maybe you'll get a better sound. I don't know. It's worth a shot. It didn't take much, and it was pretty easy. This is the body of the $90 Squier guitar I got at Sam Goody. In order to make the new neck fit in here, I had to take a router, a Dremel tool, and I had to clean this out, and I also had to route out the pick guard too. So it's a little bit of work, and I think I cleaned this out. I think there might have been glue in here. So I just made this nice and clean, and a nice pocket. It took probably about 45 minutes to get everything fitting right. On the back side of this beast, it looks like the hardware is exactly the same as the other Strat, the Mexican Strat. Maybe these Squiers it doesn't say where it's made or manufactured. I haven't seen anything on it to know where it was made. So it took me about 45 minutes to get the whole thing kind of organized and looking like it was actually straight. Routing out the wood for the body, routing it out onto the pick guard, just having it all lined up. The holes weren't exactly perfect on these, so that had to be adjusted slightly. They gave me this nice base plate with the Fender insignia on it. It looked like the real deal, actually. It felt like the real deal. And I was very excited to actually put the strings on it and to see if it stayed in tune and what the intonation was going to be like. So let's put the strings on and let's fire it up. Anyway, so I got the strings on, and everything's looking pretty good. Everything's on right, everything looks right. So now I got to tune it up. Best pliers I ever found to snip off the strings is this one. I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of like got a smooth back, a little curved. I don't know, it's, electricians use it. So I always like to just snip it same way on each one of them. Anyway, it's not a string video. It's not about how do you string your guitar. That in 10 easy steps. It's kind of amazing that we actually get the sound we do out of these things. So let me tune it up, and I will not bother you with this. There's probably nothing worse in this world than you watching a band tune on stage or watching your friend tune his guitar while you're waiting for... Yeah, it sounds great. Be back in a minute. Gotta work them in a little bit. So whammy bar is a great way to do it. All right, I bolted on the neck. I put new strings on it. I adjusted the bridge a little bit, and noticed immediately, without plugging it in, that it already automatically, immediately played much faster. I mean, obviously you can pretty much adjust the height, but it was straighter. It was more in tune, honestly. The machine heads wouldn't slip. The whammy bar worked. And all of a sudden I thought, wow, I think I might actually have a real guitar. And for a good long time, until I actually found this little beauty, it actually was the guitar that I just played with friends, whatever, get-togethers and stuff. And it was pretty awesome because, what is the total cost of this thing was $330. And I had a neck that I really liked playing, and I had an extra couple frets to play with. And I kind of liked the sound of it. So, but you guys be the judge. With a little bit of punk rock here, a little Green Day. So you better hold on. So that was with a bunch of different settings on that. But I was pretty damn happy, actually. And ended up playing some Nirvana with this stuff and Soundgarden, and it was pretty cool for $330. I thought I had, I don't know. I thought I had something pretty awesome, and I still kind of do. It does have that really biting, like it's got a really high-end bite to it. And well, that's on that setting. got some pretty cool overtones. It's got some neat stuff happening. I don't know what it's from, whether it's the neck or whether it's these cheap pickups. I don't know. It's got an edge to it, and it's actually worked on a couple of, like, punk songs that I've written. It just has a pretty cool tone for punk guitar. I mean, I could play it. I'll take off the distortion and I'll let you hear that. I love that pop. So it's got a nice tone to it, and that's just with these shitty pickups too, and kind of cool. Every guitar has its own personality. It has its own tones. It has its own feel, and I kind of feel that it was a good choice. It was a good choice to put the couple bucks into this, save this from the great purge of 2020, and have another guitar. And I always wanted a black Strat anyway, so there you go. Like I said, I wasn't ever a fan of Squiers. I don't know. I just didn't like them. Maybe they make them better now. Maybe they're more high quality. Maybe the necks are better. But overall, the hardware seems to be the same in the back side of this. These pots don't scratch. There's no scratchiness in them. So in a way, this $90 guitar was made pretty well. It's lasted a good long time. It's been played by many a kid pretending to be a rock star, including me. And anyway, so I like it. It's kind of a cool guitar to have. I mean, I play the white Strat more. So in the next video, hopefully, I will be able to show you when I got desperate for a project. I thought I would try to make a guitar. So this is going to be another video. What was it like to actually make a guitar? I mean, obviously it was out of a kit. I don't know if they sell these anymore, but it's kind of a Rick design. I ended up, well, maybe I should wait for the video. But I ended up doing some modifications, and I still feel like I want to do some more on it. So maybe that'll be our next adventure with these guitars. Guitar collection on a budget. So anyway, this was the black Strat. This was the $90 Strat. This was the Crapocaster. This is the Crapocaster. Anyway, I really love this guitar. It's got such a great tone to it. It really does. It's got a great sound to it. It's got that typical Strat sound, but it's also got that surf. It's that 50s sound, right? Early 60s. What is Buddy Holly? I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna be. You're gonna give your love to me. Pretty damn versatile. So if you maybe have a bunch of busted guitars, and you got an old Mexican Strat that you don't like, but you got, like, I don't know, you got a body where that neck will fit that body, or you got two busted up Strats. I don't know, Franken-Strat it. Build the Crapostratter. Build a Crapocaster.